I'm trying to think of where to start. I guess I would start around by saying that I'm kind of the opposite of what you would call a straight A student. Yeah. From about the time they started giving us homework, I chose not to do it. It's not that I couldn't do it, that there was something going on that prevented me from doing it. No, I had video games to play. I mean, what was I supposed to do? I mean, I could either do my vocabulary work, or I could go slay a dragon. And so, it turns out that after you get into about 7th grade, which is when I left, that if you don't do any homework, even if you get 100% on every test in a class, you fail. You really can't get through a class without doing your homework. Even if you cheat, you could just manage to get right by. And so I was becoming really just miserable through all of middle school. It just was a really terrible thing. The people, for one, were just awful. I could not stand my other students. I thought my peers were awful people. They would talk in class and just disrupt everything because they didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be there either. I just wanted to tell them to shut up. And so, I had heard about North Star just before I went into 7th grade, really. I was willing to try it, though, but I didn't, meaning the middle school. But after that was getting ahead of myself. So, since my dad always seems to like to tell this story, during the first teacher and parent conference between my parents and my teachers of 7th grade, my social studies teacher apparently told my parents that I can see Daniel's going to be a tough nut to crack. And my parents didn't really like the sound of that, to say the least. And so we started looking into North Star a bit more, and we visited a few times, and then there was some space where I was just trying to say, oh, it'll get better eventually, hopefully, as I kept going through school, being miserable, having to deal with teachers telling you what you can and can't do, and that, oh, you have to do your homework, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. No, I'm not. I'm choosing not to do your work because it's dumb. It's not helping me learn. When I pay attention in class, which I have to say I didn't do for all my classes, because some of my classes were really boring. But during science class, I paid attention. I got A's on all my tests for science, even though I never did any homework. And finally, in about March, I did transition to North Star after actually coming to do a class there once. And I was really surprised at just how people were nice. That was the biggest thing for me, is that the other students were just nice. They didn't feel the need to act out against other people or lash out because they actually wanted to be at North Star. If they didn't want to be there, they weren't going to be there. In about 6th grade, I actually started writing, and writing is a passion I still continue to have to this day. And yeah, I guess school helped me fuel my writing with anger and pain. But otherwise, it really just wasn't helping me at all. Whereas I can actually learn more about sharpening my skills and skill set at North Star, I can learn to be a better writer. which actually led me to start my own class where it's just writing. I invite people to come into my class just so it's not even really a class, just so they can sit down and if they want to, write. And if they don't, why are they there? I don't know where I would be if if North Star hadn't existed. I don't know where I would be, nor do I personally really care. I really don't care now, because I want to focus on what I want to do right now. I want to learn what I feel interested in. I guess that's it. I'm 14 right now.